there, and welcome back to Blue Ocean English. Today we're continuing with lesson 2 in our series of videos about phrasal verbs. In the last video we looked at phrasal verbs beginning with A, so no surprises. Today we're looking at the letter B, and we're going to look at phrasal verbs using the verb break. So let's get started. The first phrasal verb is break down, and to break down means to stop working or to stop functioning. The first example, oh no, my computer has broken down again. So this means my computer has stopped working, it's not functioning. The second example, my car broke down today on the motorway. We were stuck in traffic and it overheated. So overheated means it got too hot, and so we're saying here that my car stopped working on the motorway. And the third example, my TV is always breaking down. It needs the dust cleaned from inside. And it means my TV is full of dust inside and it stopped working. The next one is the same phrasal verb but a different meaning. So to break down also means to separate something into smaller pieces, to break something down into many small pieces. So the first example, can you help me tomorrow? I need to break down my car engine. So I need to take my car engine, break it down into small pieces. The second example, we need to break down our expenses. We need to know what we are spending. So we need to take what we're spending, our expenses, and separate them into smaller pieces. And the third example, I broke down the cost of the holiday. If we go in August, it is double the price. So I separated the price of the holiday into pieces, and I can understand it's much more expensive in August. And breakdown also means a third meaning. So to break down means to start to cry or lose control of your emotions. So the first example, she broke down when she heard the bad news. She was crying for hours. So she started to cry because of some bad news. The second example, I'm sure I will break down and cry when I see her in that beautiful wedding dress. So I will begin to cry when I see her dress. And the third example, she broke down as soon as I told her she had won the lottery. She was ecstatic. So she was very happy and began to cry because she found out she won the lottery. The next phrasal verb is to break in or to break into, and this means to enter somewhere by force. So the first example, the thief broke into the house through the window. So the thief entered the house by force, breaking the window. The second example, Coca-Cola have broken into every market available. So they have forced their way into every market in the world, every country. And the third example, if the hackers broke into the network, we might have lost a lot of important data. So again, hackers, computer hackers, they break into a network, they enter by force. The next one is to break in. So this means to train, possibly normally an animal, or to become accustomed to or get used to something. So the first example, a wild horse needs to be broken in before you can put a saddle on and ride it. We use this phrase to describe how we train a horse so that somebody can ride the horse. The next example, these shoes are much more comfortable now. I have broken them in. They are much softer now. So when you have a new pair of shoes, they're very difficult, they're very uncomfortable to wear, and so you need to break them in to make them soft. You need to get used to them. And then the last example, at work they have broken me in slowly. The training is gradually getting more complex each month. So again, we're talking about training somebody, breaking them in slowly, is slowly introducing them to something. And the last phrasal verb for today is to break off. So this means to stop or to discontinue something, to stop doing something. The first example, they have decided to break off negotiations. So this means they are stopping negotiations. The second example, why did you break off contact with Sarah? Did she upset you? So here we're talking about somebody who's decided to stop contact with a person, with Sarah. And the last example, I will have to break off my relationship with David when I move to Brazil. I don't want a long distance relationship. So we use break off to talk about when relationships stop. Somebody stops a relationship. So here we are again at the Van Gogh Cafe. Now we're going to look at the phrasal verbs from before. The same phrasal verbs. The first one, break down. So for example, I could say, the waiter told me there's no coffee today. The coffee machine has broken down. It's not working. Or to break down as in to separate something into many small pieces, many small parts. I could say when I was painting this Van Gogh painting, when I was copying it, I had to break down all the cobbles, the street colours. I had to break them all down into individual lines and colours, many hundreds and hundreds of different lines and shapes of colours. So the street is broken down into many different colours. And to break down, if it means to cry or get emotional, the lady over there broke down when her friend told her she passed the exam. She became emotional. She cried because she was happy for her. Break into, maybe that man is dangerous and he wants to break into the shop when it's closed tonight, into the cafe when it's closed tonight. Or to break in, like to train someone or something. We can use it perfectly with the horse. So before the horse started working on the streets, the man had to break in the horse. He had to train the horse, get it used to working with the carriage and all the equipment and the noise and people in the streets. So there was a lot of training the horse had to do. He had to break the horse in. And break off, so to stop a relationship or stop something. I could say, now we're just going to finish the lesson. I could say, now we're going to break off from the Van Gogh and finish the lesson. So we're going to change and stop doing something from before and do something different. Or I could say, this person walking in the street, they look like they're going in one direction, but actually they're going to break off and go in a different direction. So again here, it's about changing something suddenly or in a different direction, moving your life. A relationship stopping, for example, is an example of this. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and go outside and try and use these phrasal verbs in your world and get an idea of what it's like to feel English. Here we are, just another typical English summer day. Just before I go, it's just me doing everything here at Blue Ocean English. So if you like what I'm doing and you want to see more, please don't forget to leave a comment. Maybe you have an idea for a video or a nice background picture that you'd like to see, or share this video with a friend. The best way for you to say thank you is to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and check out my merchandise, all the nice things you can buy, t-shirts, hats. You can also check out our great books on Amazon. There's 3 phrasal verb books, An Ocean of English Phrasal Verbs, each book with 200 examples, a lovely picture and 3 clear examples of how we use each phrase. And then 3 books for idioms. They're called An Ocean of English Idioms. Also 3 books with 600 idioms, 200 in each book, all with a picture and 3 clear examples of how we use each idiom. Thank you very much for watching, and wherever you are, try to feel English today.